honeys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another video about the Disney College Program. So if you are already familiar with my channel, then you may have noticed that I have posted several other DCP related videos in the past, and please feel free to go check those videos out. Put a lot of time and thought into them, and it would really be appreciated. So today's video is going to be a little bit different though. It's not going to be like tips and tricks or my experience necessarily. I am going to touch on that, but that's not what this video is going to be about or for. This video is really just going to be a little reminder and a little piece of encouragement to all of those who are applying for the DCP and who maybe have been applying in the past and still have just not found that their time has come yet. The Disney College Program is an internship, and it is a very sought after internship. They get thousands of people that apply every single semester, and they can only take, a limited number of people. And I don't want that to discourage you or to get that into your head that there's other people out there that are better than you, because that's really not the case. Every semester, they're just looking for something different. And you may have the best resume and you might have the best job experiences, but if it's not what they need at that time, then it's just not going to be your time to get accepted into the program. I tried 4 different times. I began applying for the college program in the spring of 2017 for the fall 2017 program. I got all the way up to the phone interview, and then I got my NLIC email. Then after that, I applied again during the fall semester for the spring of 2018. That time I didn't even get a WBI. Then I applied again during the spring to go for the fall of 2018. Again, didn't even get my WBI. And then finally, during the fall of 2018, I applied to do spring 2019, and I finally got accepted for quick service food and beverage. And of course, that might not be everyone's top role, but I was just over the moon excited, and I cannot even truly put that into words just how happy I was just to have gotten accepted into the program. Now, I want to keep you guys in the loop here and tell you about what changes I've made over that time. And if you've watched any of my other college program related videos, you probably are already aware of this, but just to kind of sum it up, my first time applying that I got NLIC'd after my phone interview, I had one application, like my application, that was the first time I applied, so it was, it stood on its own. And I think my phone interview really is what kind of was my downfall. I think that I was talking too much about my love for Disney and not enough about how it would necessarily help me in the long run or educationally or career-wise. And then after that, I changed my application and I submitted the same application the 2 times after that, and both of those times were when I didn't even get a WBI. So after changing my application, I didn't even move forward to the next round. And I really think that my application was just too wordy, and I don't think I really got to the point enough or really related my past job experiences enough to how it would help me at Disney. I used Disney keywords and I tried my best to do what I thought was going to look right, but in the long run, I think I just used too many words and it didn't really stand apart from everyone else. Then going into applying for the spring of 2019, when I did get accepted, I used a brand new application, and when I finally had my phone interview, I knew to have that happy medium, between talking about how much I love Disney and how much I would just absolutely be thrilled to do the program, and also how it would help me in the long run. And that was finally the time where I did get accepted. So I just want you guys to know that I did make these changes, and there is a rhyme and rhythm to getting accepted into the program. When you are doing your application, you are going to want to make sure that you are using these Disney relevant words and, using these key terms that they use for their job descriptions. Try to relate to the jobs, from your past job experiences to whatever role you're trying to get accepted for during the program. By doing that, it shows that you actually have the experience needed, and it's going to help you a lot. And then, once you're doing your web-based interview, just make sure that you're really putting thought into these answers, answering honestly, and showing that you're passionate about whatever answer you actually are given. And then also going into your phone interview, just to make sure that you're, telling them how much you would love to do the program, but also how it would actually help you. And I think with all of that combined, you're going to have the recipe needed to actually be accepted into the program. But like I mentioned, it really all does come down to what they're actually looking for. And if they don't need whatever it is that you're putting forward at that time, it doesn't mean that you're not good enough. It just simply means that they are looking for something different. They're going in a different direction. And that same thing applies for like the character performer role, for, the DCP. A lot of times they just might not be looking for whatever your height is or whatever your abilities are. And they go hand in hand with, the character performing role and just, any other role within actually getting accepted into the program. You really just have to be mindful of the fact that they are getting so many applicants and they can only take a select few. And it does not mean by any means that you are not good enough. It's just simply that they are looking for something else at that time. And I think that's really important to keep in mind. And like I said, that's really the main reason why I wanted to make this video, because when I applied those other 3 times and did not get accepted, and after having gotten all the way to the phone interview and then applying these other 2 times and not even getting a WBI, I got very, discouraged. I got very hard on myself and down on myself because I started thinking that I just simply wasn't good enough. I started thinking that there was just all these other people out there that were better than me, and I couldn't see what was wrong with what I was, submitting as my application. And I didn't understand why I wasn't moving forward or getting accepted. And like I said, there's a lot of things that go into it. So you really just have to be mindful about every step of the application process, what you're actually putting forward, and just always remember that you are good enough. And yeah, you might have to make a few tweaks here and there, and take not getting accepted as a learning moment to do better for the next semester. They have these, programs every semester, so you can always reapply as long as you're still in school or 1 year outside of graduating college. You are still eligible to apply for the program. And I think that that's super important to keep in mind, because it really does not mean that you're not good enough. You just have to try again and your time will come. And like I said, I wanted to make this video because there was really nothing like this when I was applying and not getting accepted, and so it was really easy for me to feel bad about myself and to just kind of mope around and say, now I have to wait again till next semester. And it was hard, and honestly it really just was not a fun time, because I tried so hard and I put so much time and effort into my application and to prepping for the phone interview that I hoped I would get, and then when it didn't come, it was devastating. And when I got my, NLIC email after not even being able to talk to a real human, I was just so upset because, I was thinking, I know I can show how good I would be. And yeah, maybe my first phone interview didn't go as well as I had planned, but I learned from that, and I think that I can show them now just how good I actually would be at doing the program. And when I didn't even get the chance to talk to a person, I just kept getting more hard on myself about how I just wasn't good enough and how I was never going to get accepted. And then finally, of course, like I said, that time did come, and I truly believe in my heart that your time will come too. You just have to keep trying and just really never give up, and do take the tips and tricks that people that have gotten accepted into account when you are going through these phases of the application process. They are there for a reason, and everyone that has gotten accepted really does have a lot of similar tips and tricks, and that can't be solely a coincidence. So there has to be some type of rhythm here that goes on when people are getting accepted into the program. So take those into account when you are filling out your application, when you are doing your web-based interview, and when you do finally get your phone interview. Take those, keep those in your mind, and really apply them. And I almost guarantee that you will see a difference. But like I said, if you still believe that you did all of that and still didn't get accepted, it just might not be your time. And also But, you know, aside from what they're actually looking for, I'm just a firm believer in divine timing, and I believe that everything will happen when it's supposed to happen, and that everything truly does happen for a reason. And so if you didn't get accepted this time, then maybe there was just something else better that was going to go on in your hometown, or maybe there was just a reason that you shouldn't be in Orlando at that time. So don't take that as a negative, take it as a learning experience, look at it as a reason to grow and to mature and to try harder and better next time around. And I truly believe from the very bottom of my heart that when something is supposed to happen, it will happen. And as long as you keep that positivity and just that motivation within your veins and apply and just go and keep going for it every time, I really do believe that it will happen for you. And so yeah, I think that that's just really what I wanted to say. And like I mentioned, this wasn't supposed to be any type of helpful like tips and tricks video. I know I mentioned some things that I did throughout my own experience, but this really was just to provide a little piece of encouragement to remind you that things do happen for a reason. Everything will happen when it's supposed to happen, and I truly believe that everyone's time will come, including yours. And if you keep trying, and if you keep that good head on your shoulders and keep just a positive outlook on the situation, I truly believe that eventually your time will be here and it will be well worth the wait. And just think about how much gratitude you'll feel going forward into your program once you are accepted, if you have gotten NLI seed in the past. And you know, you can look at how you grew over that time and how you're going to apply the appreciation that you feel now after finally getting accepted into whatever role it is that you're chosen for. And you'll be able to make this magic for all of those guests, and you'll be able to apply all of this time that you've been waiting, you know, all of that, just that built up anxiety and just all of those like anxious feelings that you get while waiting. And then once you finally get accepted, you know, you have that gratitude for finally getting there. You'll be able to put all of that into your role and into just making each and every single guest smile, and it's just gonna feel so good in the long run for you. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, I just wanted to give this to you guys to just remember. I know it is so just disheartening when you get your NLIC email. Believe me, like I said, I've been there 3 different times and it never gets easier. But once you finally realize the grand scheme of things and that there is a larger plan out there for all of us, and that your time will come when it is meant to come, you will be that much more grateful for once you finally do get accepted. And going into your phone interview and all of the other phases, you'll have that outlook and it'll shine through to the recruiters, and it will give them even more of a reason to believe that it is your time. So just keep that in mind. Don't give up on your dream. I know that this is something that is really a dream for so many people. It was for me, and I truly believe that with hard work, with positivity, and with an appreciation for the larger plan, we will all be able to finally get to the place that we want to be. And the Disney College Program, I promise you, will be so much better with you in it. So keep trying, keep applying. If this wasn't your time is coming. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye.